Hi, this is Megan, and this is my video discussion 5 for Professor Castleberry's Communications 3533. So this week, I'm actually on time, yay! Um, Talking about how religious organizations market themselves, and this just touches on so many other opinions that I've had and how I've related like nonprofit work to advertising, and it's a big deal. It's really important. So I think churches market themselves. Well, most religious organizations, I will say, I'm using churches because we're in the Bible Belt. We're typically dealing with a church if we're dealing with a religious organization. So not to be exclusive, but you know what I mean. Churches, nonprofits that are religious, they are paying just as much attention to reaching people and marketing and advertising themselves as any business would be. So you definitely, in contemporary settings, have contemporary music that sounds like secular music that's going to draw a contemporary crowd, having shorter services than traditional services are. That's going to draw a more contemporary crowd. And then social media and the internet streaming sermons is huge. Most churches now have someone in charge of their social branding. They have a Facebook page. A lot of them have an Instagram, a Twitter. You can go online and find hopefully a well put together updated website where you can find all of the service information about the pastors and staff of the church, locations, contact information. That's usually an email. And the idea of streaming sermons is huge, especially in a megachurch setting where they actually have separate campuses for the same church, and the pastor is being streamed, or he's being recorded and played the next week for the campuses that he isn't physically on. And I think this has been a huge evolution in the way that the gospel is presented that falls right in line with contemporary marketing practices, streaming TV shows. There is a whole sector of people who get their church online. They don't ever set their foot in the doors of a church. I know that I've often watched sermons from churches that are not even in the United States, or rallies where it's been done overseas or somewhere far from me. And I've gone online and watched the message. So I think for a church who has aspirations for being large or reaching a broad audience or reaching a broad younger audience, then the internet and being active on social media sites is imperative to their growth. It's just a part of society, and it's a part of how we do things. It's how we shop. It's how we live. It's how we interact with media. And if the church wants to continue to be relevant to younger generations, then from a marketing and advertising standpoint, they will do well to continue to focus on how they can keep up with contemporary society and how other products are marketed and advertised, packaged. If you want, I have been in the behind the scenes of church stuff, and it's a package. They're presenting you with a package. So they're trying to present a really specific vision and idea, and all of the decisions that they make with the presentation, the music, the staging, the clothing that the pastor is wearing on a Sunday morning, how their sermons are accessible, how they interact with people on the internet and through social media, through email, text messages. I have been going to a church lately where the kids pastor sends a Vimeo video by text every week and says, hey, this is what we're doing this week, or this is what we talked about yesterday in Sunday school with the kids. And it's a very modern approach to being a children's pastor, but it's very interactive and it's very effective in making sure that they're keeping up with how people are communicating and they're getting a slice of that pie. So it's a really interesting topic, and I probably said too much, but I find it fascinating. So I am looking forward to hearing what other people have to say about it.